Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Mega Man Tertium. Only Sparkman remaining, and I hope the palette isn't too unpalatable, but I couldn't really find a better one. And his stage, I feel, is the hardest of the original four, mostly because it is not that good in parts, but there are also quite a few jumps that are just asininely stupid. The beginning is just a little timing puzzle with an obstacle we already should know from Mega Man 3. Only problem here is that this thing here is hilariously badly timed, so we have to wait it out unless we want to take a hit. Not fun. I guess you could maybe jump over it, but that would be pretty tight. This guy here is just there to surprise us. You can easily take him out quickly enough. Not with Gemini Laser, it is not really suited to the task. But if you are having trouble, you can always hide out on the ladder. This thing here is well timed, however. This is already the hardest jump in the level and is an absolute doozy. Look at this. You will bonk your head here if you jump too early. This thing, if it ever hits you, will push you off. It is not fun in the slightest. I will maybe have a better look at it later on, but I can assure you it is absolutely terrible to go through there. Fortunately enough, as said, the rest of the level is easier. That does not mean that it is easy, period. Gemini Laser is more or less perfect for dealing with Hammer Joes. The big problem is that it is still not that good of a weapon in general. The best thing about it is really that it takes them out in 2 hits, even if they do have 8 health, so they are definitely weak to it. As you can see, this guy here is gone in 2 charge shots and 1 single buster shot, so Gemini Laser is really not that good against him at all. It deals 2 points of damage, so his 7 health are not really gone that quickly. This section here suffers from hilarious slowdown, which makes it far easier than it has any right to be. As you can see, from some of them you can slide down. It's not too tough, I think. This, however, is, if you misjudge your timing here and do not do it immediately, then you are in a world of pain, because any mistake will cost you dearly. This thing will knock you off without a second thought. Not fun at all. This, however, is at first glance pretty intimidating, but in reality not hard at all, because you do not really have to dodge the spikes, you have to dodge the bombs, and most of them you can skip. Just this very last one you have to outwait unless you really want to brave the size of it. No problem at all. As is this block, I do not really know what they were thinking with that one. However, here we have to destroy it, but it's nowhere near as bad as the very first jump, obviously. The only danger you face is getting hit by the block and not getting pushed off into very deep abyss. You can make it easier on yourself by timing it with the charge shot, and I even went so far that this thing wouldn't spawn at all. Here again, this would be a very tough situation akin to the first one, if not for the very fact that we can jump over it. Not a problem at all. This one we have to destroy, but it's gone in a second. Generally though, it's a pretty boring section where you have to just hammer on the shoot button a lot with their 8 points of health. It's not too fun. As said, this level I don't feel is too brilliant at all. Not that the original Sparkman was a masterpiece of design, but I digress. One last of these ones here, and a very interesting feature here. This pipe here looks like there should be a spark shooter coming out. I feel like they removed it relatively late in development because it proved to be too much of a dick move. It would very surely knock you off into the pit there. I'm very much desperately not trying to get hit here because the boss is an ass, as we're going to see in a second. Sparkman wasn't too brilliant of a design to begin with. The big problem here is, again, as with Snake Man and the Geminis probably, you do not have any room to dodge whatsoever. The small screen size hurts it a lot. So the big thing I really have to do here is just to damage race him, because I have no idea on how you would reliably dodge him and he's jumping around you and trying to hit you with his body. He's also a little invulnerable when he charges up the big shot, again as in the original I think. And overall, this fight is not good, it's not fun, and I do not feel in control at all. Fortunately, again, the low health really works against him, and you can take him out quickly enough so that it doesn't really become a hassle, if you have full health. Spark Shock was the worst weapon on the NES. Absolutely no contest about it. In this game, however, it's suddenly become indispensable. We're going to see that in the next proper stage. For now, thank you very much for your attention.